Today on Paranormal Insights, we're going to look at spirit guides and if you have one.
Also, we have a question from Loretta, who wants to know if the spirits around her could be her spirit guides.
I'm Joseph Ernest Martin, and I'm here with my co-host, Linda Potter. Linda is a hypnotist with a specialty in past life regression and guided meditation. She's the author of a new exciting book, The Miracle of Self-Healing.
An award-winning psychic for over 20 years, Joseph Ernest Martin is author of the international bestseller, The Quest to Row, and recipient of the Visionary Award of Excellence.
And I'm just very excited to be talking about spirit guides today.
It's a great topic and one that you hear people talking about now more than ever.
You know, I've had so many clients all across the country asking me if the presence they feel is a loved one or an angel or what is that?
And oftentimes they don't realize they can connect, but they can.
The term spirit guides is generally used in Western culture from spiritualist churches and also by psychics and mediums. It generally describes an entity that remains in spirit in order to act as an advisor or protector. Generally, spirit guides are also known as saints, totems, angels, ghosts, and the like. Spirit guides do not have to be of human descent. They can live as energy or they can come from a cosmic realm. Some see them as beings of light. Some guides are believed to have lived many former lifetimes with us. Almost all of us have a guide that works with us for this lifetime. Some of us have more than one guide, and some of us have many guides. And though rare, some people have guides that only stay with us for a short time and are then replaced by other guides who take over the reins for the next segment of our life. If you've sensed the feeling of protection around you or sensed a gentle hand guiding you, it's likely that you have a guide of your own. Let's talk about what guides are not for a moment. Guides never tell you what to do. It's bad karma for a guide to take away your free will or free choice. Since it is our job to be driving the bus for our life, it's important that we make the decisions. Guides will sometimes prompt us with emotions, feelings, or pictures, and sometimes they'll even set off fireworks to get our attention. Regardless of what we choose, our guides stay with us and love us, in spite of our decisions or choices in life. It is their job to guide us, but never get in the way of what we want to experience for this lifetime. Just because we ask a guide a question does not mean that we're going to get the answer. Sometimes the answer is left solely to us. Imagine a small child comes to you and asks what flavor of ice cream should they buy. As a knowledgeable adult, you know that they can choose any flavor that they want. All flavors of ice cream are of equal value. You might instruct the child to look within and ask what would taste good today. And you know that it is the correct response for you to give. It is just the same with our guides. Sometimes they look at us with love and say, "This is your choice. What do you want to do?" Some people will say that whether true or not, that it's comforting to think that we have a loving guide looking out for us and trying to help us be the best person we can be for this lifetime. If you want to be open to hearing your guides, quiet your mind from the busy world and see what comes through. Don't judge it. And please don't act on it. Just observe and start getting comfortable with being open and listening to your guides.
Our spirit guides have been with us ever since we came into this life. The only thing is, we were never told that we had them. Have you ever heard the story of the mother who has a child that plays for hours in her sandbox and speaks to someone who isn't there, who seems to be interacting with something or someone? And the child will come into the house and set a dinner place for her imaginary friend, actually interacting with someone who is clearly invisible. And the parents will make a comment that isn't the child, so imaginary. Well, that child is very likely speaking with her spirit guide. And when most of us were young, the veil between us and the other side was much thinner. We didn't get seeped into this earth plane so much, into the society that says seeing is believing. Because as a child, we're able to connect with our guides and people that have passed over to the other side. Our spirit guides interact with us all the time. It's simply that we haven't been taught how to connect with them. It seems that it takes a belief in them, or someone else has to get them for us. But our spirit guides are readily available, and they're always talking to us. They're simply our best friends, only they reside on the other side. They talk to us through nudging us and planting ideas and infusing us with knowledge, things that we think are our own thoughts. And that is how they speak with us, except we think all of our thoughts are our own. Our spirit guides actually come to us in that manner. And what you can do is pose a question in your mind. If you would like to connect with your guide, pose a question, any question at all, and listen for the answer. And the answer will come in your thoughts. Take the first answer that comes and walk away from it. And do this periodically, either once a day or whenever you think of it. And what you'll find is you'll start to hear them say things in your thoughts that you would not normally say to yourself. And that's when you know you finally made that connection with their energy. Our spirit guides are wonderful to make that connection with because they're always here for us in our deepest, darkest moments when we thought no one else was. It's our spirit guides that are always loyal and by our side.
You know, Linda, I loved what you had to say about spirit guides. I know for me that when I've been trying to connect with my guides, one of the big identifiers taught to me by my own psychic master teachers is to sometimes you look for an element of surprise in the message coming through, and that's an identifier that it's not actually from you. You know, it's like that old psychological joke, which is, you know, you can talk to yourself all you want as long as you never go, huh?
That is really true. You know, for me, because I don't hear my spirit guides audibly like we're talking, and I know you're able to do that, right? You hear as if I'm speaking. That's how most people think they have to hear their spirit guides. And what I've noticed, it's so important to tell people that they come in our thoughts. They don't actually come in the manner of the audible voice that says, hello, I'm here. And it is a matter of a surprise thing that they say that you would never say to yourself.
You know, opening up to that first experience of getting a guide message. For me, it came from meditation, relaxation, clearing my mind. I like to think of it as creating an empty space where the guides can come in and fill instead of all my busy thoughts at every second.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know for me, I can't blank my mind because I have so much going on in there at any given time. So what I do is I leave all that busyness right where it is, but I focus my attention out on the front, on the issue at hand. In this case, it would be the spirit guide's voice or thoughts in my head. The first time I ever heard a spirit guide was at my kitchen sink. I was washing the dishes and I was daydreaming about an issue I was having with one of my children. And I was trying to think of a way to address her by kind of going around the back door because she's kind of a tough cookie. And as I was thinking of ways to do this, I heard in my head, not a voice out loud, but a thought that said, you need to show her as much love as you do discipline. And it was so huge, I stepped back from the sink, so surprised, and I said in my mind, is that you? Meaning my daughter's guide. It was a complete knowing. She said, yes, it's me, and you need to show her just as much love as discipline. That was the first time I'd ever heard a guide.
So you hear it in addition to what's already going on in your own mind?
No, actually, I hear my guides as thoughts. I'll pose a question, and in will come a thought. It's very hard to explain that to some people.
Well, in my training, I can actually now tell the difference between my guide voice and my own head voice. Is that the same?
Exactly. The thing is that's so wonderful. You can have 5 different guides speaking with you at any given time. And even though it's coming in a thought, in an energy, you feel that energy. It's palpable. It's just like when you look at someone, they look different than the next person. The energy of each guide that is coming into your thoughts is specific to them.
I have found that my guides will help me with almost anything I ask them to. Not everything, but they will help me find items I need to find, or something I've lost, or if there's something I need to buy or purchase even, they'll come in and give me that guidance on where to go and where to turn or where to be.
Yes, they really do. And how wonderful that people understand that they should call on their guides because they're invisible. People don't realize they're there, but you can try that and call your guides, ask them to do something, and they'll do that for you.
Well, I also do something that my master teachers taught me years ago, which is set an energetic boundary of who gets to talk to me. Because the truth is, for the first 5 years, I was operating as an open empath, an open psychic. Any spirit that wanted to come through came through, not all of them good. So my boundary is, because I was raised Catholic, so it's like this. My boundary is, I only allow those guides of Christ consciousness or higher to talk to me. Knowing if you have multiple guides is actually pretty easy. You'll notice it by different voices that you hear in your head that are not continuous or have a strong continuity. In cartoons, you've probably seen like a devil on one shoulder and an angel on another. That's a little bit like what it's like when you have multiple guides. For myself, I have a primary guide named Michael. He's my main conduit to the other side. 2 secondary guides who stand behind Michael, who also help and aid in situations. I know that because I asked my guides, who's there and what is your role? When you relax and open up to their answers, you'll be able to figure out the number of guides you have and their role that they play in your life specifically. Most people have one guide, but you could easily have multiple guides working with you right now. And that weeded out all the riffraff.
Yes. It's kind of like opening your door on in the middle of, let's say, New York City, and I love New York City, and letting anybody walk in. You don't want to do that. You want to have a governor on that so that you won't experience any of the negative guidance that may be out there. That's very true.
Too, some people are going to think of someone they've heard on TV say, the voice in my head told me to do this terrible thing. And here's the thing with the voices in our head, is we absolutely, without question, want to not do the things that are bad. And if you're getting bad voices, that's when you need help in getting rid of those kind of spirits talking to you.
It's true, and I think it's one of those things that you always have to do what feels right in here. You can be told to go and stand at the edge of a cliff and jump on the count of 3, but if your intellect is telling you that's probably not the best decision I could make today, you want to follow what your intellect is telling you, that you are always the one in control. You're the boss, as I always tell people.
So you're saying that I can't use the excuse, I bought that new coat because my guides told me to?
Well, you can use that excuse, but a lot of us are going to not buy that.
Well, you heard it. You can't use the excuse. You want to use this for good stuff.
Yes, use them for good stuff.
If you want to get more information on your guides, please check our website and other information you'll see at the end of the show. You'll get lots of information. And I'm here at the Conscious Life Expo at the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California. This huge show contains hundreds and hundreds of vendors from the metaphysical, health, and spiritual realms. You would see psychics, mediums, life coaches, healers, plus many more. There are so many new products here being presented, so many workshops that it takes 3 days to see the whole show, plus a 4th day for additional workshops. We're going to be taking a look at the best and the latest from this amazing show in Los Angeles, California. We're here at the Conscious Life Expo, and if you've ever wondered if your energy field around your body is one color or the other and what that means, you're looking at the man. This is Guy Coggins, the inventor of the amazing Aura camera. Guy, you want to tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
Okay. Well, anyway, we've been working together for, many years at the different psychic fairs. What we do, we actually photograph the energy field around your body, and we give you a reading based on it. We also have Aura videos where you can see the healing energy going between one person and another.
So, you know, I have seen things on your cameras where, like, there's a boy and a girl and you see their auras and then they kiss and the auras just change wildly. What happens with that? Why does that happen?
Okay, what it really does is your emotions change. When you kiss somebody that you feel comfortable with, your skin resistance drops, your metabolism changes, and the aura reflects that.
Now, you're doing something very different though right now. There's this whole world of 3D that you're doing with auras.
Yes.
What is happening with that?
What we're going to do is we're going to have 3D, so you're going to be able to see the aura around you this way, and this way. You can see the energy coming out of the chakras. You can see it coming out the back of the chakras. You can't quite look into the body, but you can see everything on the surface.
So I just have to ask you, how do you get this 3D aura picture?
The programmer that works for me has been working in 3D for about 10 years. He's considered the father of 3D, so I have all these 3D people, and we're just, because I've had the technology, I just use it.
So, you know, it's interesting to see your own aura, the colors that are there, and what happens with that. Tell me what it means. Why is it important to have your aura taken?
Well, I wouldn't say it's important, but if you like to know about yourself, what your strong points are, where you might need some work, what's coming up for you in the near future, you can actually see that in the photograph, and how it works is really pretty simple. If you're right-handed, you express energy with your right hand, you bring energy in with your left hand. So if you have, say, one color here and a different color here, this is where you're heading, this is what you're changing. You can actually watch the colors over time kind of come in and they creep around and go around to the other side.
So are you saying that, like, seeing your aura and understanding your aura can actually help you in your own life or in the future?
They can give you a little glimpse of what's coming on, how you're feeling, where you might need some work again, what your strong points are, where you should put your energies.
Well, fantastic. Now, people are going to want to know, where can they get more information about you and this amazing Aura camera?
AuraImaging.com. AuraImaging.com. There's a little free thing. You can get your own little free printout based on questions, which is not really that accurate, but it's fun.
Well, how fun. And also, you'll see Guy's links at the end of this show, and also come to our website, where we'll be linking you to Guy Coggins and this amazing device, the Aura camera.
And we should have a video of you projecting energy to someone else, and we'll be able to see the energy actually coming out of Joseph's hand, going over and changing someone else's color.
Now, I'm going to be going to Guy's offices, and they're going to be filming me and my aura changing live on video, so you can look forward to that.
So fun. Okay.
Thank you guys so much. It was great to see you.
We
have a question from Loretta. Let's take a look at that video.
Hi, Joseph and Linda. I'm Loretta from Sacramento, California, and I was wondering how I would know when there is a spiritual guide around me.
Thank you, Loretta, for asking that question. You know, that is a really important question, and not to be confused with other issues that could be around you, other entities, other energies, other energies even that could be there. I want you to know that we're going to be looking at this really specifically. I'm going to ask my guides what they have to say about your guides, actually, in just a moment.
Yes, and it's going to be interesting to see what kind of a read you get for Loretta with this question. It's one that I don't really hear that often. People don't really ask so much about that specific question about their guides if they're around them.
Well, you know, if you feel, Loretta, that something is around you, then you can know really quickly that there is something around you. You're not imagining that. The veil's very thin, and you will notice a lot more from the spirit realm these days than ever before.
Yes, just a case of discerning who is who.
Let's take a look with the cards and see what your guides, through my guides, are going to tell you about this experience that you're having. Now, I've already mixed these up and focused my energy into the cards for you, and we're going to take a look and see what comes up. Your number one card is a star card of hope, And the Star card of hope is actually, it's a fantastic card because it means hope more than any other card in the tarot. Hope for you says this is a positive experience that you're having, that what you're feeling around you is actually something good, something vital, something positive for you, something I would recommend you connecting to. It does show difficulty in you being able to connect to this guide that is around you, and I do believe it is a guide. However, my guides are telling me that you are going to have absolute success where this is concerned. You are going to be able to identify your guide and talk to your guide directly. In the past, you've had a lot of difficulty, and according to what I'm getting, a lot of pain in your past. You've still been carrying that pain with you, and that's been the block between you and your guides. Pain is always based on fear, and fear is a blocking energy, not a facilitating energy. You also tend to be very smart and a bit perfectionistic. And so in your mind, if you don't hear your guide crystal clear, identified as your guide in a completely different voice that's audible, for you, then you start doubting what that voice is. I want to let you know that don't make mountains out of molehills here. Relax a little bit. You're going to be just fine. What you're experiencing is exactly appropriate for you at this moment. You have 5 of Cups in your base position. So this means that as you come forward with this experience, you're going to be feeling happier and better. And the information you're going to get is actually going to be benefiting you. The universe is putting fantastic fortune energy around you at this time, the 9 of Cups fortune. And so it's saying, we're going to make it possible for you to be encased in the exact energy you need to facilitate this reunion with the guide that's currently around you. It's going to take a little courage on your part. It's going to take a little effort on your part. But believe me, this is going to be worth the effort that you have. Ace of Wands, Passion, is your outcome card in this. Aces in the tarot mean new beginnings, new starts, the beginning of a new cycle. Passion, the Ace of Passion, means being passionate about your own life, making decisions about how you want to go forward, what you want to do, making decisions that matter to you, and engage your emotional self. No coasting. 2012 is the year for you to be passionate, not only about connecting to your guides, but your guides helping you reconnecting with your own life through energy, effort, and passion. I hope you take this challenge and go forward because I think you are going to benefit from this tremendously. Linda, I know that I want to hear what you have to say because I respect you so much, and we come from such different platforms on this.
Yes, we do. We do. What's so wonderful is with your readings, you're able to lay this out in a very wonderful, succinct way, and I so enjoy listening to your readings. For me, I think about this. The last time that you left your home, you were leaving for the day, and you thought to yourself, I should grab my jacket. And in the hurried manner that you leave your home, you don't grab the jacket. And hours later, as the evening gets cold, you remember at that moment when you were in your house and you thought, I need to bring my jacket. And what do you say? You say to yourself, oh, I should have listened to my thoughts. I should have listened to myself. When actually our guides are the ones that are saying, don't forget your jacket. They're trying to help us. Are our spirit guides around us? You bet they are, and they come to us in so many different ways. Have you ever been sitting around on an evening and it's late, maybe 10 o'clock at night, and the last thing that comes to your mind is that you want to take a trip to the store? And yet for some reason, you go from this very mellow, relaxed state to, I need to go and get some cookies. And so you get up, even though you know intellectually it's probably not the smartest thing to do that late at night, and you drive to the store. And when you get there, you bump into someone that you know, someone that possibly needed some words of encouragement from you. Or maybe you're the one that needed the words of encouragement from this person. And you think to yourself, what a coincidence. I wasn't even going to come out tonight, and yet I run into you. and your conversation ensues, and you both leave the grocery store feeling better somehow. It's so wonderful how we have these connections and we don't give it any credence to think that there are spirit guides around us that are helping facilitate these meetings with people. But they are. And they are continually nudging us to do things that will connect us and network us to our chosen path in life. And it may even be the cashier on the way out of the grocery store that says a couple of words to you and you walk away and you think, my God, what are the chances of that not being serendipitous? Always remember your guides are in action, and are they around you? You bet they are.
Thank you, Joseph and Linda. I'll be sure to watch for those signs.
You know, Loretta, I want to tell you how happy we are you asked such a great question. I think this is very topical, and honestly, with the veil so thin between realities these days, it's very common for people to feel these energies and entities around us.
Yes, and it's nice to be able to explain that in this format so that more people can gain an understanding that they do certainly have spirit guides around them and how to connect with them.
And I'm so excited for you because this year, you're going to have so many great experiences and get so much help from the spirit world that this is really going to make your life better, more exciting, and I believe a lot happier.
And I enjoyed your reading as well. I'd love to watch Joseph do his cards, so.
You know, we want to answer your questions. And so send us your questions, contact us. What you need to do is send us an email or give us a call. The easiest way to find us is look on my website, which is questtarot.com, QUESTTAROT.com, or you can also check out Linda's site.
Yes, you can contact me at Linda, Linda, at Site for Healing. That's SITEFORHEALING. That's where you'll find me.
Easy to get a hold of us. We want to answer your questions, either on Skype, in person, or coming to see you with a camera to get you on video. We look forward to you letting us know what you want to know. Now, to see the show, it's pretty easy. What you want to do is check us out on YouTube by searching for Paranormal Insights. You'll find our show listed. Also, we're soon to be on Vimeo in full length, full definition, which is going to be very exciting if you're watching this through one of those smart TVs. You can also, of course, check out my website, as you saw earlier. You can also follow us on Facebook. On Facebook, search for my name, Joseph Ernest Martin.
And watch Paranormal Insights the second and fourth Thursdays of the month.